days on end, there's been no decision taken by the High Command just yet on who's their pick. Is it Siddaramaiah? Is it DK Shivkumar? Is it some whole new different entrant? Because there are so many of them right now throwing their hat in the ring. Why? Because they can. The High Command hasn't taken a decision. But let's also face it. This is an extremely tough decision for the High Command in Karnataka to take. Why? We'll break that down for you. First, beginning with Siddaramaiah. Why does Congress need Siddaramaiah? Well, first, he's a veteran leader. And the most important factor going for him is that he has all of the support, the maximum support of the MLAs are with Siddaramaiah. That matters a great deal for the Congress, of course. It's the biggest factor when they take that decision. Most of the MLAs are backing Siddaramaiah. Same is with the ministers as well. He's also the most recognized OBC leader in the Karnataka Congress. A Hinda leader has a huge OBC vote bank. The Congress cannot afford to upset that vote bank. So that's another crucial factor. And that's why Congress needs Siddaramaiah to not just be kept happy, that when he decides to bow out, he does it on his own terms and conditions. He also enjoys the goodwill of people because he's known to be a veteran administrator, has served as chief minister before, known for good governance. And so that's something is, one of those good old politicians. So that's an image that he still has intact among voters. That's what goes in Siddaramaiah's favor. That's what makes it all the more harder for the Congress to take a decision on what is to be done with Siddaramaiah. It's similarly a difficult decision as far as DK Shivkumar goes. And here's why. DK Shivkumar is someone who's a master political strategist for the Cong. He's pulled out the Congress from a number of crises, not just Karnataka, but other states too. And it's been every single time DK Shivkumar single-handedly doing it for the Congress. He's also a troubleshooter in that sense, beyond Karnataka for Congress, known to be extremely loyal to the High Command, to Sonia Gandhi in particular. So much so that in 2023, it was when she told on her word of 2.5 years that he agreed that he'll step back and not push to be the chief minister. Also, another image that DK Shivkumar has is that of Mr. Moneybags. It's a tag that he's received and that matters in politics, of course. Very often, Congress and Karnataka is referred to as the ATM for the Congress. A lot of that has to do with DK Shivkumar and the fact that even financially, he's pulled the Congress out of many issues as well. So there's several factors that the Congress is looking into for both Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, which is why they're in a catch-22 situation, unable to figure out which side or whom to pick right now. Both have their pros, both have their cons. Ultimately, it's for the High Command to decide. But are they taking a pick? Let's get you a news break coming in. Doesn't seem like it's going to happen any time now. Because reportedly, and we can confirm this actually for you, DK Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, neither of them have been summoned right now by the High Command. Both are awaiting instructions from the High Command. They're waiting for that nod. The moment it comes through, they will go ahead and meet with the High Command, make their pitch, their presentation on why. Either Siddaramaiah will say, I want to continue as the Chief Minister, or DK Shivkumar make that pitch to immediately change over. But when will that meeting happen? There's no timeline whatsoever, and until that happens, the speculation, the confusion, the chaos, the camps, all of that is going to continue here in Karnataka, is going to continue in the Vidhan Sabha behind me. Now, let's also tell you at this point, while the High Command is yet to summon a DK Shivkumar or a Siddaramaiah, there's been a meeting that happened between Kharge and Rahul Gandhi. We don't know just yet if there was a discussion on Karnataka, but listen to what Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar said when they were asked specifically on whether they're going to be meeting with the High Command.
ನನಗೆ ಯಾರು ಕರೆದಿಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆ ಇಂದಿರಾ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಅವರು ಸ್ಥಾಪನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂತ 50 ವರ್ಷದ ಅಂಗನವಾಡಿ ಅಕ್ಕಾಪಡೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವತ್ತು ಮುಂಬೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೊಂದು ಖಾಸಗಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದೆ. ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಹೋಗಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ.
ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ದೆಹಲಿ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸರ್. ಮಲ್ಲಿಕಾರ್ಜುನ್ ಖರ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ದೆಹಲಿಗೆ
ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಲ್ರಿ
ಸರ್.
ಸರ್ ಏನ್
ಕೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್?
ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ.
Okay, I'm joined now by Apurva Jayachandran and Anaga Keshav, both of whom have been doing the rounds across Bengaluru, tracking different leaders, getting the voices from different camps. So, Anaga, I'm going to come to you on what the DKS camp is saying right now. What does DK Shivkumar have to say when asked about when he's going to meet with the High Command? You know, there was endless speculation that it's going to be happening over the weekend. Now it's again a big question mark.
In fact, Akshita, DK Shivkumar says that he has not yet been summoned by the High Command. In fact, today he's going to go to Bombay. Tomorrow he'll be in Bangalore. So his schedule looks packed at the moment. But if there is a bulao from High Command, DK Shivkumar will pack his bags and go meet Mallikarjun Kharge, because he is very sure about the kind of word that was given to him by Congress High Command 2.5 years ago. He is very sure. He's still very ambitious of a leader that he wants to become the next Chief Minister of Karnataka. But we should also remember that it is CM Siddaramaiah who has the maximum clout and support of MLAs. But on the other hand, the Congress High Command has also received a lot of favors from DK Shivkumar many a times in the past, being rescued many a times when Congress was in a state of crisis. So really one can't let go of the other. Both these leaders seem to be equally of an important stature for the Congress High Command. Choosing Siddaramaiah might mean that they are betraying DK Shivkumar, who they have obtained a lot of favors from. So really it's a very volatile situation at the moment in Karnataka. All the MLAs at the moment have picked a side. Either it's a DK Shivkumar side or a Chief Minister Siddaramaiah side. All these MLAs are openly coming out and making statements saying that they want...
If you count down, Anaga, you're right that MLAs have taken sides. Some of them are still figuring out which side is the better side to be on. But if you look at the number game, it does seem to be stacked in favor of Siddaramaiah, and that's the biggest advantage he has right now. Apurva, you've been tracking the camp, that's the Siddaramaiah camp right now. They're fairly confident that Siddaramaiah remains the Chief Minister, and not just for a few months, not just in the budget, but beyond. They're sure he'll complete the full term. What gives them that confidence?
Well, in fact, Akshita, if you really see, it's about, like the saying that that goes, Tijori ka chavi kiske haath mein hai, which is ideally, to see that who's going to be the ringmaster in all of these games. Is it going to be the High Command that is going to get the final say? Is it going to be the plot that is being sketched out between DK Shivkumar and, Siddaramaiah? Or is it going to be the MLAs who are going to be there? Or more importantly, when you factor in the caste factor of this game that is going on right now in Karnataka, all of this puts things into perspective. You have Okaligas there who are, supporting DK Shivkumar. You have MLAs and leaders who are visiting, be it Camp Siddaramaiah or Camp DK Shivkumar there. They are visiting. But ultimately, it is going to be the bottom line is the Congress government remains in power until the end of term. And yes, Siddaramaiah, he essentially there have been plans made that most likely if he should step down, then it will be post-budget. All of these plans that are tentative, but ideally, what comes down to the ground is that the Congress government wants to ensure that until the end of the term, they do remain in power, and that these kind of petty politics, be it Siddaramaiah's team DK or team, Siddu, there is not going to be any kind of volatile reactions that are going to come in from either of these camps. Because remember, at the end, what the Congress wants there at Delhi or here in the state as well is to ensure that the Congress remains in power. Remembering that Karnataka is one
all
of the
these
strong...
power flexes continuing to take place on social media, even before all of us in the media. Apurva, Anaga, I request both of you to stay with me. I just want to get in a quick update from Delhi as well, because there's a lot of action happening there. Ultimately, whatever plays down in Karnataka, where I'm standing in the Vedant Sauda, is dependent on what happens in the national capital. Rahul Gautam is getting us the latest updates on that. Rahul, 2 hours ago, we were talking about a Kharge-Rahul meeting. Now, is there any clarity on whether Karnataka has come up for discussion, or whether Karnataka is on the priority list for them? Okay, I'm just going to reconnect with Rahul Gautam for those details in a bit. He's tracking the meeting between Mallikarjun Kharge and Rahul Gandhi. Remember, Kharge was here in Bengaluru. He left today for that meeting with Rahul Gandhi. What our sources told us is actually on the agenda, surprisingly, is not Karnataka. Despite all the chaos that's playing out here, That's not what the meeting was about. It was about the Bihar debacle, weeks after what's happened in Bihar. And so there will be many questions about whether really the Congress High Command has their priorities set or not. Should they not be looking at what's happening in Karnataka and trying to kind of fix it before this continues and you have more leaders putting their hands up and saying, hey, I want to be chief minister, which is actually happening. In the last 24 hours alone, there has been at least 4 that I can think of who've said, I want to be chief minister, which is a worrying trend because essentially these are leaders in Karnataka who believe that, hey, the high command isn't stepping in, so we can afford to go ahead and take our slice and seek our slice of the power pie. Let me bring in Rahul Gautam now. He's joining us live with those details of what's happening within the Congress high command, the Congress camp. Rahul, what transpired in the Kharge-Rahul meet? Is it done? Is it still taking place? Has Karnataka had made any mention at all?
Well, the meeting is still underway here at Indira Bhavan, wherein Rahul Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge and Mr. K.C. Venugopal is present. And we're yet to hear from our sources that what really transpired, in that particular meeting. But obviously, we're given to understand that given the fact that there is a situation or a crisis which is unfolding in Karnataka, and we all know that how the MLAs loyal to or supporters of Mr. D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, they both are making their own claims, and this is obviously affecting the very image of Karnataka Congress government, and obviously it is also affecting the administration. This the High Command clearly knows, and that's why we are learning from our sources that within 2-3 days, possibly around 1st of December. Both the leaders, Mr. Siddaramaiah and Mr. D.K. Shivkumar, will likely to be coming to the national capital, where they'll be holding discussions with the High Command. See, we have to really understand, Akshita, that as far as Congress is concerned, there seems to be not in very hurry as far as Karnataka Congress is concerned. Obviously, there are MLAs and deputy chief. That has been the nature of decision-making exercise in Congress party. If you remember, the same thing had happened in Punjab and in Rajasthan also. Rajasthan, at one point of time, the High Command wanted to install Sachin Pilot as the chief minister. At that point of time, the CLP was boycotted, and a lot of chaos happened at that point of time. This resulted in Congress, going out of power from Rajasthan. Same thing happened in Punjab, wherein Captain Amrinder Singh was removed from Chief Minister's post and Mr. Channi was brought in. The result was Congress was reduced to to a very marginal number. Same thing was almost happened in Chhattisgarh also, wherein Mr. T.S. Singh
They should
was
learn
elevated
lessons.
as deputy chief.
Many would say learn lessons from that and ensure it doesn't repeat in Karnataka, but doesn't seem like that's happening. I'll request Rahul, Anaga and Apurva to stay with me. Let's just talk really about this face-off, if we can call it that, between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar. Ultimately, it comes down to a couple of issues here. I will break that down for you. I'll explain those also in detail. Siddaramaiah versus D.K. Shivkumar. You look at their caste. One is a Kuruba leader, one is a Vokkaliga leader. Kuruba leader is important here because Siddaramaiah represents a huge OBC vote bank. He's referred to as the Ahinda face. So that is crucial here. Also, D.K. Shivkumar, very influential leader in the Vokkaliga community, which is why you've had seers, influential leaders from that community speak out and say, hey, look, make D.K. Shivkumar the chief minister. This factor here makes it hard for the High Command. But beyond that, the other challenge for the High Command is this, that Siddaramaiah is a veteran administrator, and in D.K. Shivkumar, you have a master political strategist. Both extremely important, one extremely important for the government, the other extremely important for the party, and both can't be ignored, both can't be snubbed. That's another situation that the Congress is yet to figure out. Both are also veteran leaders in the sense that while I refer to Siddaramaiah as a veteran administrator, he is a 9-time MLA. But D.K. Shivkumar has also pulled his weight in that sense, has performed electorally repeatedly for the Congress. He's an 8-time MLA and known to be, of course, powerful in Kanakpura. So that's another aspect. In that sense, both level out. If you look at their electoral performances, one is the chief minister, the other the deputy chief minister, of course, but beyond that, the Karnataka Congress chief, and the one perhaps who will be leading the Karnataka Congress in the 2028 election. So there's that aspect of it that the Congress is also right now considering, the High Command is looking into. Now, here's where it also gets interesting. As far as Siddaramaiah goes, he's 77 years old. he's made it very clear that after this he looks to retire from politics, that this is going to be his last term as Chief Minister. So on one hand, you have someone who wants to, keep his legacy alive in the sense that he wants to break records by remaining the Chief Minister till February. And so he wants to bow out on a high. And on the other hand, you have 63-year-old DK Shivkumar looking to take over, saying, give me the reins now, so I set the stage for the 2028 election. It's over these issues, really, that it becomes quite complicated for the Congress High Command to pick. But both sides are strong. Both sides are pushing hard. And both sides are yet to receive any response from the High Command. Let's break all those updates down for you.
It is an all-out war in Karnataka Congress. The gloves are off and the daggers are drawn. DK Shivakumar and Siddaramaiah are playing increasingly bitter Game of Thrones. Both camps have dug in heels and refused to retreat. DK Shivakumar, in a direct warning, reminded the High Command about the pledge for rotational Chief Minister formula by stressing on keeping one's word. However, later DK Shivakumar disowned his viral word power and world power analogy.
ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಸ್ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪವರ್ ಅಂತ ಈಗೇನೊಂದು ಮಾತು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಮಾತು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಮಾತು ಆಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅದೇ ವಿಶ್ವದಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಪವರ್ ಅದು. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಡ್ಜಿ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ನೀವು ಕೊಡಲಿ, ಮನೇಲಿ ಮಾತಾಗಲಿ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪವರ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್. ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾತು ವಿಚಾರ ಯಾವುದು ನಾನು ಮಾತಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪೋಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್.
Meanwhile, Congress Chief Kharge has summoned top Karnataka Congress leadership to Delhi to defuse the situation.
मैं इन सबको बुला के चर्चा करता हूं, तो इन सबको बुला के चर्चा करने के बाद निर्णय होगा.
However, both Deputy Chief Minister and Siddaramaiah maintain that they have not received any invitation.
I myself and CM, we both will discuss and we'll go. If they have called, they will go. High Command has not called me. If they call me, I will definitely go to the Delhi.
Amid the power tussle in the state, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah camp has stressed that the sitting Chief Minister is not going anywhere.
ನಡೀತಾರೆ ಹೈಕಮಾಂಡ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಯಾರೇ ಆಗಲಿ.
अभी वो कुर्सी में सिद्धरामैया साहब मुख्यमंत्री होकर बैठे हैं, 28 तक वही रहेंगे. अगर उनको चेंज करना तो आप नहीं कर सकते, हम नहीं कर सकते, हाई कमांड करना.
Karnataka Home Minister G. Parmeshwara too has thrown his hat in the ring.
Having put in nearly 40 years of my political life, obviously you will be considered at various levels. High Command knows me very well.
Amid the three-way fight in the state, a Kharge loyalist MLA has demanded a cabinet berth for himself in the reshuffle irrespective of who is the Chief Minister.
हाँ, मेरा भी ख्वाहिश है, मैं भी मिनिस्टर बनना चाहता हूँ, लेकिन मुझे मेरे कोटे में आता है, कोटा रहता है ना, ये रहता है, इसलिए हम हमारे कोटा में ही मांगते हैं, हमको भी मंत्री करो.
2.5 years after Congress swept the state, the Grand Old Party is once again facing implosion over Chief Minister throne. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath, Sagai Raj and Anaga Keshav, Bureau Report, India Today.
So all this while we've been talking about who's going to be Siddaramaiah or DK Shivkumar, who will the High Command pick? Now here's where it gets interesting. There's another leader who's thrown his hat in the ring, and the reason he needs to be taken seriously is because he's a Dalit leader. I'm talking about the Karnataka Home Minister, G. Parameshwara, who's made it very clear, crystal clear, that he too is in the running, saying, I have CM aspirations and I have informed the High Command too of the same. Listen in to what G. Parameshwara had to tell my colleague Sagai Raj earlier in this exclusive conversation.
A lot of political crisis, political tussle in the state of Karnataka. How do you see this? Do you think that the High Command has not taken a precautionary measure to avoid all these things?
No, there is no crisis as such. You know, people, some of it is created. And yes, there is some statements have come from various people, including myself, right? But High Command is aware of it. See, one thing is certain. In Congress party, nothing happens without the High Command. So it is the High Command will sort it out. It's a matter of time. You know, they will definitely sort it out as quickly or as early as possible. And there is no, I don't think this is a very serious, as you said, crisis. I don't think so. Okay. Everything will settle down, and we'll carry on with our work.
Sir, in the race of Chief Minister and in the tussle of power sharing, you yourself said that you are also one of the front runners for the CM race. How do you see yourself?
No, somebody asked me, are you in the race? Where is the race as such? Is there a race? You know, casually I said, yes, I'm always there. You know, every time there is talk about this, there is always my name props up. So that is why I said that.
No, actually, you are one of the tallest leader, along with Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. Your name is also in the race. And whenever the TV portrays, you are also one of the front runners along with the other people.
No, see, having put in nearly 40 years of my political life, obviously you will be considered at various levels. High Command knows me very well. I was also part of the working committee as a special invitee for a few years, and I've been at various positions in the party. Basically, I'm a party man. So High Command knows me very well. So whatever happens, it is they who have to take a decision, not me.
So my next question connected to Mallikarjun Kharge. There are also MLAs and leaders who are saying that Mallikarjun Kharge should also become the Chief Minister. What is your observation?
Oh yes, he's being a senior most and depriving of the Chief Ministership many times. And if he is to come to Karnataka, I think it's most welcome. I don't know the High Command takes a decision like that, but if he is to come, yes, I welcome it.
Okay, let me take this back across to our reporters on what to expect now in the next 24 hours. Anaga, for DK Shivakumar, it's going to be a busy 24 hours, not in the way that he expected perhaps, because he thought he'd be going a meeting with the High Command. No call that's come in yet, so he's just waiting. The latest that we actually had was that in a sense, DK Shivakumar was ghosted by Rahul Gandhi, that he's repeatedly been trying to get in touch with Rahul Gandhi and there's been no response whatsoever.
Well, that's right. In fact, India Today was able to, just get some sneak peek into one of the WhatsApp conversations between DK Shivakumar and Rahul Gandhi, where it was very clearly seen that for a long time, DK Shivakumar has been trying to reach out to Rahul Gandhi, but Rahul Gandhi has not really been responding DK Shivakumar. So this has further escalated tensions between DK Shivakumar and the Congress High Command, with DK Shivakumar making a stand very clear that come what may, my word that was given to me 2.5 years back must be fulfilled. And that explains his speech also that he made a day back, saying that the word that was given to me is what creates a world. That's the kind of messaging that DK Shivakumar is trying to give out to the Congress High Command. But it looks like the Congress High Command is in no hurry to take any decision, because this is really a catch-22 situation, not really an easy decision to make. In fact, one can say that this has to be the toughest decision that Congress has to make, if it, whether it's DK Shivakumar or whether it's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah.
Yeah. And the question is whether they actually take a decision at all or just kind of let this fester, hoping it will die a natural death like they have previously. But in this case, situation is very different, scenarios are very different. The leaders are very different. They're not going to sit by and watch while the High Command takes their own sweet time. But also, Apurva, the question that will come up is that if Siddaramaiah is planning anyway to retire, and he says this is the last leg of his political career, what exactly is he seeking? If there's a formula where the High Command says that, look, DK Shivkumar will be made the Chief Minister after Siddaramaiah gets the opportunity to present the budget next year. Is that something he will be okay with? Is that something that's acceptable for Siddaramaiah?
Well, Akshita, on the ground, when you say, that he wants to finish his tenure and then, go out with a bang, that kind of seems very, acceptable up to one point. But then again, it's again, like DK Shivkumar had said, it's about the word, it's about the promise that the High Command had given either of these leaders, be it Siddaramaiah or DK Shivkumar. It was about, at the end of it, it boiled down to the 2.5 years tenure that each of them were given. So, it's like in Shakespeare, he wants his pound of flesh and he's not going to stop until he gets it. That's the message that you can see DK Shivkumar there going ahead and saying. And Siddaramaiah, yes, he does say that he wants to finish his timeline, whatever goal he has set for until, say, March or February in 2026 to happen, so that he can retire at peace, having achieved the target that he had set for himself. But the High Command will have to decide if they will, be able to negotiate between these two stalwart leaders and see if their demands can be met with in an amicable manner, because if not, it is only going to be chaos that is going to ensue in already a chaotic governance that is here in Karnataka.
Yeah. Let's just recap for you, and I'll bring in Rahul Gautam on this. We recap to 2023, when it actually took Sonia Gandhi's intervention to kind of settle DK Shivkumar's ambition, to kind of tell him that, look, this is what you're getting, this is what you'll have to be satisfied with. Is that what it's going to take this time too, Rahul, that Sonia Gandhi will have to step in? Is that what Kharge means when he says the High Command will decide, beyond even Rahul Gandhi?
Well, this is likely to happen, that again, Sonia Gandhi will be mediating between the two leaders. In fact, you rightly mentioned that this has happened in past as well, back in 2023. See, we have to really understand that, Mallikarjun Kharge, who's the Congress president, he also comes from the same state. So obviously, he would not like to be seen as a party, or, supporting either Siddaramaiah or DK Shivkumar. He would obviously look up to, Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Gandhi to decide upon the matter. Now, given the fact that, this is our reading, we have observed this, Rahul Gandhi usually leaves decision on Congress president. Now, Congress president would then obviously would be expecting that Sonia Gandhi should, take a call. She should direct, what really needs to be done to firefight this ongoing crisis. But one thing is very important: the time is running out. Obviously, whatever is happening in Karnataka is absolutely, denting the very image of, United Congress in Karnataka. It is affecting administration, governance, and obviously it is also bringing to the fore that how there are fault lines, how there are multiple camps in Karnataka Congress, led by DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah, Satish Jarkioli.
The optics are just terrible. And that's something the Congress High Command should be worried about. Optics matter a whole lot in politics, and this doesn't quite simply, plainly look good for the Congress High Command. So we'll see if they choose to address it or just brush it under the carpet. Thanks very much, Anaga, Apurva and Rahul, for getting us all of those details. As promised, from Bengaluru to Delhi, every update first here on India Today, because our reporters are out there on the field 24/7, getting you all the scoops that matter on this big, big story. But let's also talk about the two big personalities that we're referring to here, Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar. Siddaramaiah first, a two-time chief minister, one of the few in Karnataka who actually managed to complete a term as chief minister. He's looking to essentially set a record by remaining the chief minister right up till February 2026, in which case he'll be the longest serving chief minister of Karnataka. That's what he's eyeing. But let's run you through and take you back to exactly what makes Siddaramaiah such a capable administrator, such a popular leader, and the OBC face for the Karnataka Congress today.
A second-time chief minister, a leader of Kuruba community. a veteran of the political game, and arguably the Congress's tallest face in South India. What happens to Siddaramaiah next may not just decide the fate of a 5-decade-long political career, but also the future of the Congress in the state. Born in 1947 into a humble farming family in Mysuru's Siddharamana Hundi village, Siddaramaiah's journey from a law student to becoming one of Karnataka's most influential political leaders is a story of resilience and perseverance. Beginning his political career in 1983, representing Chamundeshwari and later constituencies like Varuna, he has been elected as MLA 9 times. Known for his strong oratory and mass appeal, Siddaramaiah made history by serving a full 5-year term as Chief Minister from 2013 to 2018, becoming the first to do so in 4 decades. His tenure is especially noted for launching transformative welfare initiatives dubbed the 5 Guarantees, which include free bus rides for women, monthly cash transfers to housewives, subsidized rice distribution, free electricity for small consumers, and unemployment allowances for the youth. These programs were credited with consolidating his political base and securing Congress a strong victory in the 2023 state elections. Siddaramaiah is also respected for his fiscal prudence, having presented 16 state budgets and balancing the state's finances responsibly. As a vocal champion of backward classes, he has championed the caste census and pushed for increased social and economic justice, positioning himself as a leader who seeks to redefine Karnataka's caste dynamics. As Karnataka's political future unfolds, Siddaramaiah remains a key figure whose legacy of welfare and backward class advocacy continues to shape the state's governance. But after over half a century of political experience, his greatest test now remains the threat within. Bureau Report, India Today.
And up against Siddaramaiah is, of course, DK Shivkumar. We've referred to him repeatedly as the master political strategist, has saved Congress from several precarious situations, not just in Karnataka, but in so many other states. He's been the go-to man for the High Command in so many dire situations. He's also had his run-in with controversy as well, including a jail term previously due to corruption cases. Let's run you through really what's made DK Shivkumar today a contender to be the Chief Minister.
Dodalahalli Kempegowda Shivakumar, popularly known as DK Shivakumar, is one of Karnataka's most formidable political forces. A leader who rose from a modest farming family, he has climbed the ranks to become one of the most influential faces of the Congress in the state and the party's crisis man. From early on, Shivakumar showed sharp political instinct. He entered electoral politics in 1989 at the age of 27. When he contested and won the Satanur constituency.
ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡಹಳ್ಳಿ ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು.
And he never looked back. Over the decades, he has been elected 8 times, never losing a single assembly election. A rare consistency in Karnataka politics. His political journey has seen him hold several key ministerial portfolios, each adding to his reputation as a strong, hands-on leader. But his biggest value lies in being the Congress's troubleshooter due to his consistent success in managing political crisis, preventing the defection of party legislators and forming coalition governments against the odds. Whether it be acing resort politics to keep MLAs loyal during power struggles or rapidly engineering the 2018 Congress-JDS government in Karnataka under the BJP's nose, DKS is the party's ever-reliable go-to man. A loyal Congress leader, Shivakumar worked relentlessly to strengthen the party's grassroots network. Today, he serves as the president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, steering the party's strategy and organization across the state. But his heart remains on the top job, which was denied to him in 2023 in favor of Siddaramaiah, while he got the deputy's role.
ನಾನು ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ
From Kanakapura's fields to the highest decision-making tables in Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar's rise has so far reflected ambition and an unbroken winning streak. In a twist of fate, though, his credentials have now presented the Congress High Command with a crisis that ordinarily the party would have entrusted him to resolve. Bureau Report, India Today.
You're joining us here on our non-stop broadcast of all the big political twists and turns coming in from Karnataka. Lots has happened in the last 24 hours. So let me round up all of the big updates that you need to know of what's happening currently in the state. Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah lost his cool when confronted about the power tussle in the state. The Chief Minister was seen snubbing the reporter after facing questions over the political crisis and when he's meeting with the High Command. The BJP is going to town with the Game of Thrones in the Congress. BJP has put out a series of social media posts mocking both Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar over their fight for the CM's throne. The opposition is terming the tussle between the Netas as a civil war. As the race for Karnataka's top post heats up, Kharge says he'll call everyone and have a discussion in Delhi. Kharge has said that along with Siddaramaiah and DKS, Rahul Gandhi will also be present in the meeting. So far, no such meeting has been called. Karnataka Home Minister G. Parameshwara, as we showed you earlier in the broadcast, has also thrown his hat in the CM ring, claiming he's in the CM race and that the High Command knows about his aspirations. A clear message to the Congress High Command. D.K. Shivkumar has said one should in fact know the importance of keeping their word, saying word power is world power. So like I mentioned earlier, the BJP is rubbing their hands in glee over all that's happening. They're seeing the tussle between Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar as advantage Bharatiya Janata Party in Karnataka. Sources suggest that the BJP could just, in the upcoming assembly session starting December 8th, go ahead and push for a no-confidence motion against the Siddaramaiah government. My colleague Maria Shakil spoke to the Karnataka BJP chief, B.Y. Vijayendra, on this.
Is the BJP then planning to bring some kind of no-confidence motion, given the kind of the manner in which this musical chair is being played in Karnataka?
I need to discuss with all our senior leaders and then take a call on this issue. But I don't think days too far, because our assembly session is bound to begin on December 8th at Belgavi. So I will discuss with all senior leaders and then we'll come to conclusion. But the fact remains, the fact is, because of the infighting of the ruling Congress government, because the people of Karnataka have reposed a lot of faith on Congress party in 2023. And they have given a clear mandate, more than 136 MLAs. But 2023 to 2025 November, I think it's a total despair across Karnataka. People are really upset with this Congress government because of the non-performance of the Congress government.
You have been speaking about yourself as a responsible opposition. So let me ask that question again. Is the BJP in Karnataka, is B.Y. Vijayendra, who is the face of the BJP in Karnataka, looking at bringing a no confidence motion against the Congress government?
Let's wait and watch for a couple of days how things will roll down. Then the party will take appropriate decision after consultation with our High Command.
So at the moment, you're not ruling that out. There is a possibility that BJP could move in faster than the Congress may be thinking.
The way the infighting is increasing day by day within the ruling Congress government, I'll not be surprised if there's a vertical split within the Congress government. So let's wait and watch.
So you are saying that the Congress could be heading for a split, sir?
Anything is possible. You can't rule out.
So never say never in politics. We've all learnt that the hard way. So who knows what's going to happen in Karnataka? Maybe we'll see a decision in 24 hours. Maybe we'll see a decision in 48 hours. Maybe we'll see it in a few months. But either way, we've got you covered here on India Today. As we just indicated, with our marathon 4-hour broadcast, we promise to bring you a similar broadcast tomorrow as well from here, the seat of power in Vidhan Sauda. This is Akshita Nandagopal signing off. Thanks very much for tuning in.